Hey, it's a big week two waiver wire show that I'm doing here today. Make sure you hit like and of course subscribe. You can help me out a lot. So I'm going to give you some tips on week two waiver wires. Quarterback, I'd think about getting rid of Jameis Winston myself, but there's not a lot of quarterbacks to add. I like to stream quarterbacks, and if I was streaming this week, I'd go with Jimmy Garoppolo. He's got a pretty easy matchup. Also, Josh Allen playing the New York Giants. I think Garoppolo's playing Cincinnati. So one of those two, maybe they should pan out this week for you. As far as running backs, we got Malcolm Brown, who, you never know with the Rams, but Malcolm Brown looks like he's getting the goal line touches, so he'd probably be my number one ad. Gio Bernard, if Mixon's out, wouldn't be a bad ad. Either one of the Skins backs, AP or Chris Thompson. I'd probably lean towards Chris Thompson because Washington's going to be behind a lot. They're going to be throwing the ball, so Chris Thompson may be the better ad there. Devin Singletary, if he is available, of course you want to add him. He's going to be a big back this year for Buffalo. Wide receivers, this is my number one waiver wire ad maybe for the year, will be Terry McLaurin for the Washington Redskins. They're kind of weak at wide receiver. They have Richardson, they have Trey Quinn, a lot of injury history there. McLaurin's blazing fast. He's got a good rapport with Dwayne Haskins, and he had a great week this week in week one. So I'm kind of comparing McLaurin to when I first started fantasy football years back, and I added OBJ as a rookie. I really think McLaurin could be that good. He could possibly win you a league. So if he's out there, get him right away. Put him in for a waiver wire ad this week. Other wide receivers, you look to Jacksonville. You got Conley, Mecole Hardman, maybe. I'm trying to think of some others. Marquise Brown, he's not high on my list. He did have a good week, Marquise Brown did, but they did play the Miami Dolphins, who are very weak. And personally, I kind of like Miles Boykin a little better than Marquise Brown myself. But, that's up to you. It depends on your depth, your need at wide receiver. But Terry McLaurin, he's definitely the number one waiver wire ad this week. Tight end, there's not a whole lot of them to add. Mark Andrews, if he's out there, get him right away. One of my favorites, TJ Hawkinson, Detroit Lions. He looks really like the baby Gronk, and he would be well worth adding as well. But as far as waiver wires in week two, that pretty much covers it for me. You may want to add Ben Watson, stash him for the Patriots. He could have some value as well. But besides that, those are waiver wire ads for week two. Join me next week for waiver wire ads for week three. I'm going to caution you, if you don't need to get rid of people, don't just do it, because these guys could pan out. They may not pan out, but I'm going to be adding Terry McLaurin in every one of my leagues. That's how confident I am in McLaurin. So I hope it all works out for you. Good luck this season, and have a great fantasy season.